Life is hard. No matter who you are, there are bumps and hits and bruises along the way. And my advice is to prepare yourself, because football lessons teach us that success and achievement come from overcoming adversity, and that team accomplishment far exceeds anyone's individual goals. To be successful at anything, you don't have to be special. You just have to be what most people aren't. Consistent, determined, and willing to work for it. No shortcuts. Integrity, purpose, determination, and discipline that it takes to be a champion in life.
Now, I don't know about you, but I am ready to run through a brick wall after watching that video of Brock Purdy training in the offseason, and also, too, the kind of underlay of the Tom Brady speech that he just gave yesterday after being inducted into the New England Patriots Hall of Fame. Honestly, fire. It's really freaking good, and it just gets me pumped up, too, because obviously it gets me pumped up too, because obviously Brock Purdy has been training, but he has been in a bit of incognito mode in regards to that aspect. Now, we've seen Brock Purdy. We've seen him, whether it's state of the franchise with the San Francisco 49ers, the Dwight Clark event. So we've heard from Brock throughout the offseason, and we've seen him in the commercial. So we've seen Brock, but we haven't seen the work that Brock has been doing behind the scenes. And I think that's a really cool aspect of what Brock is doing, is just kind of working in silence while still being out in the public eye. Because as we know, I think Brock Purdy and everything that we've heard from Brock since the Super Bowl is extremely motivated to really put together a very, very quality season. And not only a quality season, but a better season than what he did last year. And I think there's just this narrative right now that people just really aren't grasping. And they didn't grasp it in training camp, and they didn't grasp it throughout the season. And it was just the thought process, a very easy thought process to digest, that this guy is returning from UCL surgery. And what you saw last season was a guy who did not get a full offseason at all, was rehabbing throughout the entirety of training camp to then be ready for week one while his arm was still healing and recovering from the UCL surgery. And you've heard from Brock Purdy himself. He was like, dude, my arm didn't even feel right until about midway through the season last year. So now take his ability to kind of take a break from football. Like he's talked about, he's gotten married. He's been able to breathe. I think that was a really big key point of emphasis that he talked about in the State of the Franchise interview that he did, was just like being able to just relax. And I know 49er fans, or fans in general, believe that football should be a 24/7 job for these players, but that's not how it works. Just like everything like you do in your life, you couldn't go to your job and do what you do for 24 hours. I couldn't literally stream and talk about the San Francisco 49ers for 24 hours. We all need breaks from our everyday grind of life, and that includes football players. And especially the pressure and the anxiety of this sport, you have to be able to find ways to escape and reset and recharge. And from everything that we've heard, Brock Purdy has done exactly that. And he is going to, I think, in my opinion, I do believe he is going to have a better year than what he did last year. And I think he's going to prove in multiple categories just how he sees the field. I think he's going to improve in the way and how he throws. I think we'll see more velocity. I think we'll see better touch. And I think we'll see him more confident in pushing the deep ball. And these are already things that he's really good at. And so I think you can take the work that he's put in, kind of having a full season as a starter under his belt, underneath adverse situations, and now heading into this year without a major injury to have to rehab from, come back from, and now be able to string it together and put together 2 consecutive back-to-back seasons as a starter. Again, one of the things that we've heard from training camp, talked to David Lombardi about this yesterday, was just the aura that Brock Purdy has at practice, because for the first time, really, this is his team. Now, obviously, we had a pretty strong idea that Brock Purdy was going to be the starter last year, but we heard from guys like Sam Darnold who said he had an opportunity to win the starting job, and it would have had to come through his preseason performance, but the opportunity was there, which means the 49ers, Brock Purdy, Sam Darnold, Trey Lance, it was a competition. As much as we like to think it was just Brock who was going to run away with it, but while he was rehabbing, he was also competing. That's a pretty crazy situation to be in. And then to be able to see the success that he was able to have last year, MVP frontrunner, leading a ton of major statistical categories from the quarterback position. It was a good season. But the thing is, you have to be able to continue to project out. And if you continue to project out and you take all the circumstances that I've discussed, Brock Purdy should be a better quarterback in 2024. And that should excite you as 49er fans. What did you guys think of this workout video? Again, we haven't seen any clips of Brock Purdy working out this offseason. So this was the first. Shout out my guy, Aaron Berkshire. He's been linked up in Florida where they train with guys like Will Hewitt, and I believe it's Peter Gormley. I apologize if I butchered the name, but they have been training Brock Purdy, and I just saw a report come out saying that Brock Purdy now will be training with Anthony Richardson and Caleb Williams, who both have the same quarterback trainers. So it's going to be fascinating to see how Brock Purdy develops from what he did last year to what he's going to do this year, and how the training and improvement will show up this upcoming season. So really looking forward to it. Let me know what you guys think about this highlight video of kind of his offseason workouts and all those different types of things. Let me know what you guys think about my projection that Brock Purdy will be a better quarterback. I want to hear from you guys. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Do you agree with that thought process? Do you also believe that, you know what? I do believe Brock Purdy can be better. And that's saying a lot considering he was the MVP frontrunner in just his first full season as a starter. So, going to be very fascinating to see how Brock really does take on this big season ahead of him. But I do think we're in a good spot, and I'm really excited about it. So, you guys already know if we get any other workout videos, any other Brock training stuff, we'll of course be sharing it with you. But I wanted to share this with you because it's quality content, it's quality video, and you love to see it. Let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments below. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.